Welcome to Motivational Monday, keeping it real with Dr. Blue. I hope that everyone is having an amazing day. I hope that everything that you are hoping and wishing and praying for is coming into fruition. So, who am I? I am Dr. Andrea Blue. I'm an educator, mentor, and coach, and international speaker, where I am traveling the world telling the story for our women and girls of color and helping them to learn how to level up and working with our C suite leaders and learning how to work with our people of color and to understand that our journey is just as important as everyone else's. So, I am here today on this Motivational Monday, and I am talking about all things to parents. And I'm really talking to you today, parents, about checking in with yourself. Sometimes as parents, we want these perfect children and we want them to be amazing angels, right? So, on this Motivational Monday, I am talking to you about checking in with yourself because we know that sometimes it is so difficult to raise children and to be all things to ourselves. So, what does it mean to check in with yourself? Checking in with yourself just means that you just taking out some time for yourself and finding out how are you doing. So a lot of us as parents, we're really trying to do all things. We're wearing a million hats. We're trying to make sure that we are the shero for all of our children and making sure that they're not missing a beat and that they don't suffer any pain and go through any unnecessary situations that they don't have to. But at the same time, we often forget to think about ourselves. We have to sort out our own emotions and think about our feelings and what our intentions are that we would like as we move forward. Because we know that as we children forward and they grow up and they leave the home, but then parent, what are you left to do? Are you going to just be working a job that you're like, you know what, this is not what I want to do for the rest of my life? What is your intention? So that's exactly what I want to talk about. So I don't believe in really just, giving you something that I haven't tried myself. I know that these tips work because I've tried them myself. So when I think about checking in with myself, right, as a parent, there's so many things that I wanted to make sure that my children had that I didn't want them to suffer. But they're going to suffer. That's just part of it. So I want to motivate you today and I want to talk to you on this Monday. And I want to remind you that I want to ask you these questions. What are some of the things that are causing you stress? Are there people in your life that you know that you need to get rid of, that you're just holding on to because they've either A, been there for a long time, or B, you don't feel like you can get away and start all over again? Let me tell you, girlfriend, you are strong, you are mighty, and you can. And then I want to ask you question number two. What are you doing to make yourself happy and fulfilled? If you love to draw, if you love to travel, are you doing that? Are you taking out some time to do the things that make you happy? What do you need to do to take care of yourself physically and emotionally? Sometimes we're dealing with all this stress and it's either in our shoulders, our back, and our neck. I'll give you an example, honey. I went the other day and I got a body stretch, and my body was so uptight because I had just been traveling. I've been working, trying to get my work with my strategic partners, working on getting things done. And I was just like, I didn't realize it, but I was overwhelmed and I was stressed and I was feeling it in my body, but I just kept chugging along, just kept moving along. Why? Because as women, that's what we do. We don't have time to stop and pause for a moment to say, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. That's just not an option, right? But I want to tell you that it's so important. Go get a massage. Go to the spa, get your nails done, toes done. Just make yourself feel amazing and beautiful. And then I want to ask you, what areas of your life that are important to you right now? A lot of us are leaving our jobs. A lot of us are starting new businesses. But I want to tell you that you don't need to do that stuff by yourself. You don't need to try to figure it out by yourself. This is a platform where you can join in, where you can join with me, and we can do this work together. And you know that you're not by yourself, because I started a business too, which just like you, probably out of pain because you're probably tired of doing something and you're like, you know what, I need to do something for myself. And I want to say to you that I commend you for realizing that you want more out of life. And especially if you have children, now is the time to think about, like, in 18, 12 years, after a while, your kids not going to want to hold your hand anymore when you cross the street. They're not going to be bothered with you. They're going to make new friends. And then what? Where are you left? So you got to think about the things that are important to you right now and start working on them. And so, what are the goals that you are progressing towards? And I want to ask you these questions, right? Because it's so important for you to focus on your next steps. And in order to do that, it's important for you to check in with yourself. And these are ways that I encourage you to check in with yourself. Regulate how your body reacts to stress. Sometimes we're dealing with these stressful situations and we just internalize, put them in a box inside of our bodies and never deal with them. But it's important for you to take a moment to think about it. Are you getting a headache? Are you getting a stomach ache? What's going on? Take some moments to sit in silence. Sometimes you just need to be quiet sometimes you just need to be quiet sometimes. Just sit in silence. Next, you need to just take note of where you are and where you want to be. Where is it that you want to be in life? Take a break. Take that trip that you've been thinking about, that you put that deposit on, but you never took it. And you're like, you know what? I need a break. I just need to take a moment for myself. Go check into a hotel and don't tell anybody where you're going. Just take a moment. Don't do anything bad. Just just go and just, reconnect with yourself. Talk to someone that you trust and that can keep your secrets, because sometimes we talk to people that we know that they can't keep our secrets, but so we've been burnt and we don't want to talk to anybody else. But you have to have someone that you can lean on. Set aside each day to reflect on your blessings. I do this every day. And not only do I do that, but I write them down in my journal so that I can flip back and I can think about, like, what was going on with me as I'm being mindful and meditating on all my blessings, because I want to pay attention to how I'm feeling with my emotions. And then also, I want to make sure that I'm listening to my own intuition. Like, we meet people and we're like, there is something about that person that is really, I have to get to know that person. So I want to say to you that these tips for you are very, very important. But lastly, I want to tell you to value yourself. And the reason why I say take time to check in with yourself, because you are important and you're valued and you make a difference. And so I wanted to come on this Motivational Monday and I wanted to share these tips with you. And also, I would like to encourage you to join our newsletter at Blue Pathways Mentorship Services.com. Click on our website and you can join our newsletter right there to sign up, and you'll be able to see all of our upcoming events locally, on our webinars and things like that, so you can see what's going on and stay connected, because there is nothing worse in this world than being in this world all alone, and then living in a falsehood and not being truthful to yourself. So, again, my name is Dr. Andrea Blue. It has been a pleasure to share this with you, and hopefully, these tips were able to help you along your journey. And please connect with me and connect and schedule a time for us to chat so that you can become one of our strategic partners. I would love to learn more about you. Have an amazing day and be well.